Here we have a SAT math question. So here we have a system of two linear equations, and there is an information connected to it. So in the given system of equations, P is a constant. If the system has no solution, what is the value of P? Okay, so whenever a system of two linear equation has no solution, then the lines given by the two linear equations must be parallel. So that is, lines must have the same slope and different y-intercepts. So immediately what we will do is we will try to write each equation in slope intercept form, that is y equals to mx plus b. So when I write each equation in slope intercept form, I can get the slopes of both the lines and I can equate them and I can find the value of the unknown constant p. But I don't think it will be easier to write each equation in slope intercept form, that is solving for y. Okay, so instead of that, better what we can do is we can write each equation in standard form, that is ax positive by equals to c. So because the standard form of a linear equation means we must have the x term and y term on the left side and constant term on the right side. So here already we have x term and y term on the left side in the first equation, but still there is one more y term on the right side. But we can get this one and we can get both x term and y term only on the left side of the equation and constant on the right side of the equation. So that the first equation will be in standard form, and the same thing we can do with the second equation as well. So already we have x term on the left side. If I subtract py from both sides, then I'll have both x term and y term on the left side, and when I subtract 3 over 2 from both sides, I'll have constant on the other side. Okay, so what can we do if I write both the equations in standard form? Okay, now let me explain a concept over here. Okay, already we have a linear equation in standard form. So let me write another equation in standard form, that is a1x positive b1y equals to c1. Okay, now here we have a system of two linear equations in standard form. If this system has no solution, then the ratio between the coefficients of x and the ratio between the coefficients of y must be equal. That is a over a1 equals to b over b1. In other words, the coefficients of x and coefficients of y must be proportional. So now our work is to write each equation in standard form. Okay, now let me take the first equation, that is 3 over 2 times y negative 1/4 of x equals to 2/3 of negative 3 over 2y. Okay, here to get this equation standard form, we must x term and y term on the left side of the equation, but still there is a y term on the right side. So let's get rid of this one. So for that, I'm adding 3 over 2 times y on both sides. Let me finish. Okay, so when I do so, this negative 3 over 2y and positive 3 over 2y will cancel out. Okay, so here 3 over 2 is 1.5. That is, this is 1.5y. This is another positive 1.5y. So when I combine them, I'm getting 3y. 1.5y positive 1.5y will be 3y and negative 1/4 of x. On the right side, we have 2 over 3. Okay, now let's write the x term first. That is negative 1/4 x positive 3y equals to 2/3. So now this is equation number 1. Now let me take the second equation, that is 1 of x positive 3 over 2 equals to py positive 9 over 2. Okay, here we have y term on the right side of the equation. So we must have both x and y term on the left side. So let me subtract py from both sides. So when I do so, this positive py, negative py will cancel. Then I'm getting 1 over 2 times x negative py positive 3 over 2 equals to 9 over 2. So here we have constant on the left side. So let's get rid of this positive 3 over 2. For that, I have to subtract 3 over 2 from both sides. When I do so, this positive 3 over 2, negative 3 over 2 will cancel. I'm getting 1 over 2 times x negative py is equal to, let's simplify this one separately. That is 9 over 2 negative 3 over 2. Since we have the same denominator for both the fractions, we can take the denominator in common and we can subtract the numerators. When I do so, 9 negative 3 will become 6. 6 over 2 will become 3. So the simplification of this one is 3. Okay, I name this is equation number 2. Okay, now I got both the given equations in standard form. As I said already, if the system of two linear equations has no solution and the equations are in standard form, the ratio between the coefficients of x and the ratio between the coefficients of y must be equal. Okay, now let's take the ratio between the coefficients of x. So the coefficient of x in the first equation over here is negative 1/4 divided by the coefficient of x in the second equation, that is 1 half. It is equal to, now let's take the coefficient of y in the first equation, that is positive 3, and the coefficient of y in the second equation, that is negative p. Okay, now let's simplify this one, that is negative 1/4, and we can change this division as multiplication and take reciprocal for this 1 half, then it will become 2 over 1 equals to, so we can move this negative sign over here. There is negative 3 over p. So 2 goes into 2 one times, 2 goes into 4 twice. So I'm getting 1 times 1 is 1 and 2 times 1 is 2. I'm getting negative 1 of equals to negative 3 over p. So this negative can be cancelled. So I'm getting 1 over 2 is equal to 3 over p. Okay, now our aim is to solve for p. So we can do cross multiplication. That is, the numerator on the left side 1 has to be multiplied by the denominator on the right side. And the numerator on the right side has to be multiplied by the denominator on the left side. This is called cross multiplication. When I do so, 1 times p equals to 2 times 3. 1 times p is p, 2 times 3 is 6. Finally, I got the value of p. The value of p is 6.